Live.
Hello, everybody.
I was doing my energy nod. Hello.
Oh, wait. It's like a head banging, Andy.
Yeah, I was like, before we went live, Josh was saying energy. So I was doing this, and then I didn't realize Nick had hit the button. So sorry.
Yeah, so that's fine, mate. That's fine.
Whoops.
This is something I've forgotten to do already. I was going to look at when the last show we did was. Do any of you boys remember when that was?
Hold on a second. Let me just Google it. Oh yeah.
Google that.
I think. Well, I mean, it was what, 3 months, maybe something like that.
Episode 14 was 3 months ago. Yeah, it
there you
was.
go. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, 3 months. A lot has happened in the last 3 months. However, it feels like we're just about to go back in time, doesn't it? What have you been up to, Nick?
The same as I was during the previous lockdown and the last 3 months too. So working as normal. Not a lot has changed for me. Went out a few times. I saw a couple of gigs.
Oh
yeah.
Played a gig, didn't we, Andy?
Me and you did play a gig. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Got booed off the stage.
And we didn't rehearse.
Yeah. It showed.
Should have done.
It showed. Yeah. It was a. Normally, I'd say it was a harsh crowd, but I think it was a harsh band.
Yeah, we're a bit harsh on their ears.
Yeah, it was alright though.
Yeah, it was fun. It was nice to scratch that itch.
Yeah, I bet it was. It's been a long time. A long time. A long time for people playing gigs, but also seeing gigs. It's been a long time for me as well. I mean, I haven't even said hello, everybody, and welcome to season 2 of the NN Social.
The season we never planned for.
Yeah. But one of the very few upsides of another lockdown is I get to see your two's lovely faces and the massive general public, the millions of people that are watching get to see all three of us. So that's great.
If you are watching, hit us up in the comments. I can already see Laura's there. It's character building. Welcome back, boys. You spelled boys wrong. There's no I in boy. I'm joking. Before she writes,
he started already.
Yeah, but it should have been BOIZ if you're using the I.
Yeah, that's a bit street for us. Are we street enough to have a Z?
Get ready for it. Get ready for it.
Think we are.
But yeah, hello everyone.
Yeah, hello everybody. Okay, Andy, what have you been up to?
I've been working. So I've been working from home. Did go to the office a couple times. They kind of opened our office up and said we could go. So kind of went in a couple times, which was nice, because I bump into a few people. Not literally, a socially distant bump into, I should say. But we did have a bit of a scare. So they decided to then restrict the office to people who needed to be there. It was all fine, but we had a guy his wife tested positive. He got a test and he was negative, so it was fine. But there was about 30 of us who were getting ready to have to get tested and stuff, but it was all good. So so that was about it. So I've been working, played a gig with Nick, so that was fun. Tried to shop local, go local, local businesses and stuff, as we always promote on here. So Maggie Street, Yellow Bourbon, Beer Gorilla, shout out sponsorship. More, tried to go to all the kind of local spots, and then managed to meet up with a few friends who aren't from Northampton, so that was nice as well. So my friend Simon came up. I managed to go to London. I turned 34 during lockdown, and I was thinking at the start of the year, I was like, this will all be cleaned up on my birthday, but no, October 17th still here. So yeah, but I managed to go to London, had a socially distanced beer with my best mates and stuff. So yeah, made it as normal as possible. In that sense.
Cool. That doesn't sound too bad, really.
Yeah. Just adapted like everyone's had to adapt, really.
Yeah.
What about you, Josh? What's new in Joshy world?
Quite a bit, I suppose. A few life-changing events. Most notably, I don't own AudioWorks anymore.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So managed to come to a deal with a local musician called Andy Labram, who has now opened it. I mean, he owns it all now. It's his thing. In fact, he's I imagine they're open right now.
Yay!
So yeah. So that's yeah. I mean, I was there for what 10 years, almost 10 years. So it was nice that I left at the point that I wanted to, and that it's staying open as well. So yeah, it's worked out really well. But yeah, that's been a big change.
Yeah, 10 years is a long time.
A decade, some would say.
Some would say. But it's weird. Yeah, it is weird because well, it's like everything, isn't it? You know, when you're getting on with stuff day to day, you don't realise how long you've been doing it or how long you've been in this job or whatever it is you're doing. But yeah, it doesn't feel like it was 10 years ago that I was starting up. It's probably like this time of the year that we were getting into the space. But no, it's really good resolution for me personally, and the fact that it stays open is great. It's just a shame that they opened on Monday, so they've opened Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and now they're having to shut for a month. So that's really rough for them. But I'm sure Andy and his family will be fine. And if this lockdown is only 4 weeks, then hopefully it'll be all right next month.
Yeah, we were talking about it before the show, but the word on the street, you know, for all the kind of talking that the government do, bullshit. But they have said it's going to be a matter of law that this lockdown has to come to an end on the 2nd of December. So sounds to me they've got some sort of greedy little thing going on, you know. I don't know. It's just weird. They weren't like this with the last one, so who knows? But yeah, the word is that it will only be a month, and hopefully makes a big difference.
Yeah, hopefully it makes a big difference, but then everyone can reopen again, and retailers and leisure industry can start making money.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I was looking forward to the big weird one for me is like that I've kind of realised that I've missed this year is the cinema. Because I like going to the cinema a lot. I go on my own, tiny little violin playing there. Out of choice, thank you very much, before anyone comments anything. But yeah, like really missed that this year. And when everything kind of reopened, I immediately rushed out to see Tenet when that came out. And then I haven't been to the cinema since. So it was a bit weird, whereas normally it'd be 2, maybe 3 times a month, depending on what was out for me. So that's a really weird one. I was really looking forward to maybe going to the Picture House to see they were getting ready to open on the 13th, and then they've had to shut again. So yeah.
I went to see Hocus Pocus.
You saw Hocus Pocus?
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
It's a really good film.
Hocus Pocus. Yeah, it was all right.
It is good. Yeah, it is good. I watched that over the Halloween period because to get in the mood. Yeah. I decided October was going to be horror month, so I watched a lot of horror films and a lot of franchises all the way through as well. So I did Scream, Hostel, all the Resident Evil films, which are really bad. Like, I mean, I've only seen the first 2, but I got through the next 4. And they're basically like a music video with no music. It's like that's the only way I can describe it. Like a really bad music video, and there's actually no music going on. It's just really bad action. But they made a lot of money, so they kept making them. And then what else? I checked out a lot of 80s horror films that I'd never seen before, like Return of the Living Dead, and I watched another one anyway. But yeah, so I did a lot of horror films over.
I like the 80s horror films are good for the really bad gore and special effects.
They always stick with you because they use practical effects. So I always find that old 80s stuff way more scary than kind of anything that comes out now. like Hellraiser is just still creeps me out. Like when I think about that one, and that is a pretty brutal film, in parts. So, there's nothing like that today by these standards of what comes out.
No, nothing like that.
Anyone in the comments, please tell us your favourite horror films because we're just past October. So we've got a couple of comments. Wax Lyrical saying welcome back all. Sam P. Gibson, shut up, I turned 50. Hey, you do you, boo. That's all good, brother. Silver Fox, am I right? All right. But I'll tell you what we should do. We should probably raise a glass to Sam P. Gibson. So now's a good time to talk about what we're drinking.
Whey, you haven't lost your touch,
Haven't
Andy.
lost it. Haven't lost it after 3 months. We've still got the link ups. So, Nick, what are you drinking?
I've got a lovely glass of white wine.
Nice. What's
it's
the grape?
Sauvignon Blanc. Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh,
Shall I give you the description?
please.
It's from the island of New Zealand.
Lovely.
Props to them for the way they've dealt with coronavirus, by the way.
Yeah.
It's incredibly vibrant, according to the label.
Wait, the lockdown or the? Oh, sorry, the wine.
Yeah. Well, New Zealand in general is incredibly vibrant, and also says once open, drink within 2 days. So.
And how many days has it been open?
Minus
71. No.
It's been open for about 20 minutes.
Perfect. The best year. The best time. That's great. Joshy, what are you drinking?
I'm afraid it's water. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. I know.
Sober October's over.
I know it is. Yeah, I had about 6 weeks off drinking, and then had a couple of beers, and it didn't really do a lot for me, to be fair. So I was like, I'll get back to it when I can be bothered. So yeah, water's fine for now.
Perfect. Well, I have got, for anyone who is tuning in for season 2, they'll remember my saga I had with the raspberry coffee sour beer that I got in Aldi or Lidl, and how I was obsessed with it, and I couldn't get it anymore, and I couldn't find it. Well, I was in Sainsbury's the other night, and I thought, I'll get a beer for the show. So I looked on the shelf, and I found, not that beer, so 71 Brewing, they have released Jam Slam, which is a raspberry sour. So everyone's going to get to experience this as I experience it live on the show. We've got a couple comments about our Halloween question. Classic John Carpenter Halloween. Very good film. Very, very good film. And my best friend Tom Denson, shout out Tom Denson, is watching all the way from London. He lives in London. He said The Green Inferno, which, if anyone hasn't seen, it's directed by Eli Roth, who did Hostel. And it's
He's
about...
also the guy that says "fuck a duck" in Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, he is the bear Jew.
That's my favourite exclamation.
Can't think of his character. But yeah, so it's an Eli Roth film about a group of college students who are going to go to the rainforest and help, like, with deforestation and everything. And basically, their plane crashes and they land in this remote village, and they're all cannibals, and they slowly start eating everyone. But the reason it holds a special place in my and Tom's heart is because we watched it on like a New Year's Eve. We stayed in and watched films, and we watched that, and it has like a really horrible, like nearly genital mutilation bit, and both of us were just sat watching this film like, Happy New Year, I guess.
Party vibes.
Yeah, it was a bit of I'll be honest, a bit of a weird one to pick. I just said, I heard this film's out, Tom, you want to watch it? He's like, yeah, all right then. We watched that, and yeah, it was a bit like Happy New Year. It's a good film though. I recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know whether I'll be in a rush to watch it. Maybe I'll just skip that bit.
It's good.
I remember being very deeply affected by. Have you seen Is it Antichrist? The one with Willem Dafoe and Charlotte Gainsbourg.
It's a Lars von Trier film, isn't it?
That's the one. Yeah. That's pretty gruesome.
Don't think I've seen
It
that.
sounds similar in the genital mutilation field.
God, I never thought our first show back would be genital mutilation talk.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, boys. I haven't got any films to contribute to this topic. I'm sorry.
Oh God, whoops.
Well, have you just stared at your walls for like months?
No, I mean a film with genital mutilation in.
No, you don't. You don't want that.
No, there's probably only those two, to be fair.
Okay.
At least I hope so.
I've not seen those two, and I don't think I'm going to watch them either.
No, I mean, I tell you one I will recommend that again. That in that night, me and Tom watched, called Knock Knock, which has got Keanu Reeves in it. Which is basically his wife and kid go away for the weekend. He's like an architect, and he's staying in. And these two, and late at night, there's a knock on his door, and it's these two girls, and they're like, "Oh, our Uber dropped us off. We were supposed to go to a party, and it's raining out." So he like invites them in, and then the whole film is like them trying to seduce him. And him like sort of fighting it. They're both like attractive girls. Anyway, eventually he gives in, and then the next morning they're still there, and they've like wrecked his house, and they hold him hostage and stuff. It's really tense, like, and pretty out there. And it's got Anna Diarmas from Blade Runner and the new Bond girl.
Yeah, Knives Out as well.
Yeah, so yeah. So it's really good, and weirdly directed by Eli Roth again. We were obviously going through some sort of Eli Roth phase.
Yeah.
Haley says check out His House on Netflix. I heard that's really good. I heard that's really good.
Oh, another one that says His House is super.
Yeah. I've heard that's really good. Oh, Tom George composer. Welcome to the show, Tom George. That's another one of my friends who is a composer professionally. So yeah,
it's weird that he ended up doing the job that was his surname. That's weird, isn't it?
Tom. Yeah, his last name is Composer.
Yeah.
Wow. So no, he's a good lad. He is very tall. That's all I've got to say about him.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's all.
So we now know that he's a composer and he's very tall.
He's very tall. Yeah, and if you want to check out his music, it's The Lion and the Wolf. If you want to check him out. Yeah.
Cool.
Or Tom George Composer. Check him out. So during the 3 months, did you guys manage to get around, visit some spots in Northampton? Any kind of new things or any like local business things you managed to kind of check out?
I don't. I'm just trying to think now. I probably went back to the same places I've always been to. McGee Street, Yellow Bourbon, Garibaldi, Lamplighter, all those sorts of places that are excellent. But I went to the Green Loft a couple of nights ago, which is the vegan restaurant above Chili Village on the road.
Okay. The mysterious Chili Village.
The mysterious Chili Village. I've never been in there, and I thoroughly recommend that everybody goes in there. Okay.
What did you eat?
I had a moussaka, a vegan moussaka, and it was really nice. Yeah, it was really good. The waiter that we had was excellent, an extremely good host. Couple of complimentary drinks in there as well. That always goes down well. It was really good, and I've heard a lot about that place. And there's not many vegan restaurants in Northampton, so yeah, it was good to finally go there and for it to be great as well. So yeah, I'd recommend that. Oh, I've also ordered some cookies from. I'm gonna have to have a look now just to give them a shout out, but I've not used them before. They are called Cookie Saint.
Cookie Saint.
Cookie Saint, yeah. Look them up on Instagram. It's cookie.saint. I've not had them before, so I can't give a review yet. But it looks incredible. It looks really, really, really good. And I think I'm going to get them Friday. So I'll give you a little update next week.
Okay. I look forward to that. The Green Loft, Josh, can you tell me, is the decor... I see Laura's mentioning it, but is it the Chili Village decor inside, or is it its own thing?
It's its own thing. So you go through Chili Village, which is like, I don't want to give it away because it's such a surprise and experience that you just need to go there. But it's unusual and a bit creepy. So I'll just leave it at that. But I'll definitely go back. We didn't actually eat in the Chili Village section, which is the ground floor, first floor. So the food might be incredible there. I don't know, but yeah, it's a really unique place.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, the same people who owned Chili Village owned that medieval fort, didn't they? Apparently,
I don't know, and I've not been there either.
Yeah, because I saw someone put some pictures on the inside of it up, but then I don't know if it ever opened. Anyone in the comments, have they ever been to Medieval Fort? Please let me know. Let us know, basically, because I saw someone and they were like, they took some pictures of the inside of it, and it had all these like mannequins dressed up as like barbarians and stuff, like with swords, like while you're eating your dinner. So yeah, I just want to know: did anyone go into Medieval Fort? Was it even a thing? I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like a really crap Madame Tussauds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, basically shit Madame Tussauds, but you eat dinner. That's essentially,
the canteen in Madame Tussauds.
Because Chili Village has mannequins inside, doesn't it?
It does. It definitely does.
Such a bizarre place.
Oh my god.
Nick, what have you?
Sorry, I didn't hear that, mate. You went all digitized.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, have you been or used anywhere new or anything?
I didn't really go anywhere near new. I just did the usual, the Lamplighter, Garibaldi, Black Prince, Bradlaugh. I did go to Caddyshack, actually.
Oh yeah, so did I actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit weird. So I took my little boy to do some bowling for his birthday, and it was about 5:30, 6 or something. But because like people were drinking early because they have to shut at 10, it was like a stag do in there. So I was like, yeah, this isn't going to be great. But it was, I think it'd be pretty fun to take the kids in the afternoon or to get hammered in the evening. There's like a changeover point where it'll be stag do from like 7 o'clock, but in the day it'll be a nice family fun place. But it was good.
The irony was you were one of the people getting pissed, but in front of your son.
Yeah, me and Seb were just chugging beers. Yeah,
standard.
He was sick on himself, the amateur. But yeah.
Oh god, what a wuss! My father like son. Don't think so.
Yeah, he won't live it down.
Coward. Did you just call my son a coward? Chris Serbin's in the chat and he says, I owe you money to me. You do, Chris. And I expect you to pay up. No, because Chris ran into a problem that all of us have started to run into. I don't know about anyone else or if it's just been me that's having to. But when you go to a pub now and it's table service, I have left the pub on 3 occasions and forgotten to pay and then had to run back. So Chris was with us last night and had a beer and then left, because it's easily done, and forgot to pay. So I don't know if anyone else in the chat has done that or got away with a round of drinks. Like just the pub didn't charge them or they were just like, oh, well, sorry. So, I'd like to know what the uptake is on people not paying for drinks now at bars.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sorry. I can't back over you there, mate. Go on.
And again.
Just massive. Let's just pause.
Right.
If anyone
on
talking.
1, Josh, you go on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Well, you have tabs. So, like, I went to the Spinney Hill. There's another pub I went to, and had food there, and they take a little swipe of your card. So that for security, there you go. Okay. But they obviously didn't do it with Chris, and he just did a runner because he doesn't care about pubs.
No, he just knew that me or you would pay. I think that's basically.
Yeah. You owe me money as well, Andy.
I do. Yeah, I do owe you. Yeah, I think I owe you from 3 months ago as well. Actually, I don't know. Maybe.
Outrageous.
Chris, instead of paying me back, can you forward it to Nick, mate? Cheers.
Carl, the middleman.
Yeah, you close my debt off. Locally, I think I've done the same as you guys. Obviously, our standard haunts. I did go to Seven Bone for the first time after lockdown, which was good. But I've been before because they originate in Southampton. So, like, I've been to the one in Southampton a couple of times. But that's nice. That's pretty good if you haven't had Seven Bone. I think they're going to do takeout as well when lockdown takes effect tomorrow. So get on that if you're in Northampton.
They're on Deliveroo or Uber Eats, one of the two.
Oh, already? Oh, well, there you go. Good.
Yeah.
Me acting like I'm promoting something. No, yeah, I'll just be quiet on that one. But yeah, I don't know if I checked anything else out. No, I did try and go to Fat Fugu, but they were busy, so I didn't. And that's the end of that story. Yeah, that's the end of that story.
Well, on the subject, I've been to Fat Fugu a few times because it's one of the few independent like cafe places that you can sit in. Because obviously, first choice is Yellow Bourbon, obviously, but you can't sit in there. So on the occasions when I had some work to do or something, yeah, I went to Fat Fugu. It was a really nice little cafe in there. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw when me and you went for a coffee the other day, there was like a huge queue because for anyone who doesn't know, Fat Fugu is a tattoo studio, but they also have now opened a coffee shop. So while you're sipping a latte, you can get, like your Deathly Hallows logo, whatever you're going to get. But there was a massive. No, I tell you, a friend of mine is a tattoo artist. Yeah, a friend of mine who's a tattoo artist said that Deathly Hallows triangle circle line is like one of his tattoos that he just bangs out in like 5 minutes, and he says like they literally so many people get that tattoo, like, and that's their only tattoo they get, just the Deathly Hallows symbol from Harry Potter. But anyway, me and Josh saw a massive queue around the corner for it. Did you find out what it was, Josh, or what was going on there?
Yeah, it was a flash tattoo day sale thing, I think, which is from. I mean, you might be able to tell I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I think it's like small tattoos out of like a collection of tattoos. So rather than everyone going in for a completely custom entire back piece, it's like, a small thing that's been done before and that sort of thing. But if anyone knows better than that, please feel free to correct me in the comments.
But Josh, you're an illustrated man. I thought you would have known all about body art.
Illustrated.
I was trying to think of something witty to say, but
look at him crossing his arms so you can see his sleeve.
Yeah. Let me talk to you about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just show you this one. So, Nick, that's an interesting T-shirt you've got on. I was having a thought about that the other day. Could you explain what that T-shirt is?
Oh, yes, Twinfest.
Cool.
My tits are under it.
And what is Twinfest for anyone who doesn't know?
Twinfest is the yearly festival. Obviously, we missed it this year. Yearly festival where our twin towns in Europe, Poitiers and Marburg, bands from both of those towns come over here and to Northampton, and for 3 or 4 days, play gigs in anywhere you can put a gig on, and it's immense. And then they reciprocate that by inviting Northampton bands over to Poitiers and Marburg. Yeah, and it's fun. Really, really cool.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm gutted about this year, because that's always a good week of gigs, or sort of 4 or 5 days of shows to be able to kind of go to and pop in that we've not had this year. So that's one that sucked for me that we've not got.
Yeah, hopefully we can do it next summer.
Yeah, fingers crossed. The other thing I'm gutted about, and I was thinking about this, and it involves me and you directly, Nick, is potentially Lampade is obviously probably not going to happen, which sucks, because as anyone who's been knows, I like to sing Wham! Last Christmas every Christmas, and I won't get to do that this year, which is pretty shit. Or good. It might be good for people who are tired of it,
Yeah, Wham fans.
What are you nodding for? Josh, what are you nodding for? In agreement with that?
Completely agree. Wham fans are ecstatic.
I don't think so. Nick's ecstatic because the last time Nick had to learn it on guitar in 3 minutes, and then we went and played it. So
yeah, I had less than the length of the song to learn all the chords.
Yeah.
Smashed it, of course.
Thankfully, he's a good musician, and it's 4 chords, So yeah. Sorry. Yes, I do sing. Sorry, in the comments. Yeah, I do. Only once a year, though. Only once a year. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that.
Oh, yeah.
No. Come on, guys. Come on. It's the NN social. It's not the Andy social, is it?
I think that would have been really good though if you just slammed on the table and whacked out a chorus of Whitney Houston.
Maybe. Might come at the end, possibly.
Stay tuned to find out.
Yeah.
Who knows? We want to know anyone in the comments, because we said we would return if there was another lockdown. So we're actually ahead of the game because the lockdown doesn't take effect till tomorrow. But we thought we'll do a reintroduction, a relaunch of the show, and introduce ourselves. But anyone in the comments, have you got any suggestions for guests or people that we should get on the show? That's musical or people we want to interview interesting. Let us know. Who preferably live in Northampton or about Northampton before we start getting Sigmund Freud or something, someone commenting. I don't know why Sigmund Freud popped up.
That's fucking weird.
I think that actually said quite a lot about you, Andy.
That was niche, shouldn't it? Penis.
Yeah. Before we get Penn and Teller.
Sorry. Penis. But yeah, anyone who in Northampton is interesting, or not even interesting, just anyone in Northampton.
Yeah, even if you're really boring.
If you're boring like us or me, then let us know. So let's get some comments going, please, of who we should have on the show, because we've only got a couple episodes. We hope.
Yeah. What is it? Three or four. Just like to give a shout out to Laura Graham of It's Character Building and the Happy Hood for saying that Josh loves posing in Fat Fugu. Correct. And Hipster. I don't know if that's directed at me, but I would.
Yeah, probably is, mate. Probably is.
I think it was a slur. I don't think it was a compliment.
Well, you've got to take what you can get. What I will say is that the Happy Hood issue 11 has just come out. Yeah. Now, I am completely biased because Laura is great. I love Laura. I love the Happy Hood, and I write for it as well, fortunately. So, buy loads because they survive on people actually buying the zine. And the NN Social has been featured in it as well. So, yeah.
We have. Yeah, we have. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Happy Hood. We're getting some suggestions. Slow Tie. I don't know. We could try. Tom, good suggestion. Alan Moore. Good one, mate.
Well, he does live yards away from.
Go knock on it. Can you knock on his door? Like we'll do like the cook report. We'll just bang on his door and be like, "Excuse me,
Alan,
you're live on the show." With no context. I remember seeing him in Pizza Express when I was with my parents, and like I knew who he was obviously because I'd met him one time when I was buying a comic of his, and he walked into the comic shop and signed it for me as I was buying it. But I remember seeing him in Pizza Express, and I was with my parents, and he's obviously got quite a booming voice. And he was like just chatting away, and then my dad was like, "Did you hear that guy's voice? He sounded like what was it? Like a walrus gargling or something, something to that effect." I was like, "Do you know who that was?" He was like, "No." I was like, "It's Alan Moore." He's like, "Who's that?" I was like, "Brilliant." And then I remembered my dad doesn't read comic books, so that's probably why he didn't know that.
There is a bit of wildlife narrator to his voice, isn't there, as well?
Yeah, actually, that is a good thing. Sinead says, was he sweaty? I don't know, but he was eating brioche, so I'm not sure. Or was it dough balls? I don't know.
Brioche?
Yeah, I swear he was eating a brioche. Anyway, doesn't matter. But yeah, I saw him in Pizza Express once. So, yeah.
Have you brought that up in our famous people you've seen in Northampton before?
No, I haven't actually. No, I think we kind of wrote Alan Moore off. I think we just said, because you see him about all the time.
But yeah.
So I don't think I included Alan Moore in our famous people we've seen around Northampton. Although I did just see the trailer for that thing he's written, that film that's got the guy from Strike.
Yeah, and he's also in Donkey Punch.
He is also in Donkey Punch. He's in Only God Forgives as well. I can't remember the guy's name. I'll look it up because I feel really bad not knowing that. But yeah, I saw the trailer had come out because they were filming that around Northampton, weren't they, at the time? Talk amongst yourselves while I Google this, please.
No.
Well, we've got another suggestion in the comments. Jeffrey from Fresh Prince. We should perhaps get him on. But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how easy that would be if anyone has any contacts.
Yeah, if you know,
if anyone's got any contacts with Jeffrey from Fresh Prince, or indeed his real name, so that we don't address him as such.
Yeah, Barry
In
from
the email.
EastEnders.
his name is Tom Burke.
Tom Burke.
Tom
Not
Burke.
Jeffrey from Fresh Prince. This
Not
is
Jeff.
the
Not
guy.
no, sorry, not Jeffrey from Fresh Prince. The guy who is Corner and Strike is called Tom, and the thing he is in that Alan Moore wrote that they filmed in Northampton is called
The show.
The Show. Yeah, The Show comes out, or it's already out in Spain. That helps. I was like,
If only we could fly there.
comes out 12th of October in Spain, right? So, yeah, it's only got a Spanish release date apparently.
How odd.
How weird's that? Yeah, it's really strange. Anyway, got a good review though. So The Show, check it out. I don't know where you can check it out. Spanish Netflix.
VPN.
Which brings me on to this show is sponsored by ExpressVPN.
Have you ever thought about building a website? I'd suggest Squarespace.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Never heard of that one before.
I mean, let's just do a load, and hopefully one of them will bite.
The good thing is, guys, that invest as little as £1 in the world's leading companies only with Trading 212.
Erectile dysfunction? Oh, sorry.
What adverts are you getting, bro?
Targeted ads. No. I'm in incognito, so it can't be.
Oh, yeah. I'm on DuckDuckGo.
Yeah.
I'm on DuckDuckGo.
He's in the wanky window. He's fine.
The wanky window.
That's Adam Buxton's joke. That's not mine.
Oh my god! What private browsing?
The wanky.
You could have claimed that as your own, and I would have been none the wiser.
Yeah, that's really good. My friend has I won't name him, but he has what he calls a dedicated porn tablet. So he has like his laptop and his tablet, and then he has what he calls the porn tablet, and that's all he uses it to browse. Like,
imagine that! I mean,
so that it doesn't go on anything else. Yeah, it doesn't go on any other device. So yeah, dedicated porn tablet.
Oh Jesus!
That's like it's a tablet.
It's good to compartmentalize parts of your life, really.
Yeah.
It is good. That is good, and it keeps it out of harm's way. If there's a young nephew over, perhaps you wouldn't want them stumbling across it. However, if anyone does find it, he's fucked.
Yeah.
It's got everything on it.
All you've done.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, I wouldn't even want to know, but yeah. So dedicated porn tablet. Yeah, because I remember the story came about because his old laptop he was giving to a family member, and he said this used to be my dedicated porn laptop, and I had to scrub it clean before, in both sense, before giving it to the family member. You know, like not just of history, but of substance, probably.
Yeah.
We're losing them.
You've seen in Northampton.
Who have you seen jizz on a laptop in Northampton? Let us know in the comments.
Have you seen any famous people watching porn on a dedicated tablet in Northampton?
Please comment below. Let us know.
Jay says Mo Dabbler.
Yeah.
Wait, you saw him doing that? Or?
That was a guest suggestion, wasn't it? That's
yeah.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
There's a slight delay, I think, in the suggestions. We're getting a bit of an overlap with who have you seen up to naughty stuff in Northampton. So,
even if Mo does have a dedicated porn tablet, we promised if he does come on the show, we won't bring it up.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to read that comment out, Haley. It's disgusting. I'm not reading that one out.
Delete.
Well, yeah. Let's do recommendations, because this, obviously, as people know who's tuned in before, this is the point of the show where, well, it would have been a bit earlier, but we have a guest on. We have a musical guest and an interview guest, or one that is merged into the same. But because we just wanted to do a quick show, it's just the three of us, just refreshing you guys with the format. So, I guess we'll do soft launch.
Soft relaunch.
Next week is the hard stuff.
Are we back with the erectile dysfunction ad now?
Yeah, can you send those adverts through, Nick, for next week, please, so we can get ready?
Yeah, I'll ask someone else that has the link.
Friend or something.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, let's go around. Josh,
Hello.
what recommendations you got, mate? What have you been checking out maybe in the last 3 months? Film or TV or book or music or podcast?
Okay, what have I listened to? I went to the cinema yesterday, in fact, and I watched Mogul with Riz Ahmed. Really, really good. I think. Well, I mean, no, you're not going to get a chance to see it now, obviously, for a little while. But hopefully that means that maybe it'll be available to stream a bit faster. That's probably my film recommendation. Nice. I'm not going to explain it because I find it very difficult to explain films without giving it away or not saying enough and it not meaning anything. So just look for Mogul. It's got Riz Ahmed in it and watch the trailer. It's very good.
Spent 6 days on a tour bus with Riz Ahmed. Very lovely man. I did, yeah.
Could you elaborate?
It was on the BBC Electric Proms tour in my New Cassettes days. And him and his DJ and another band called, it was Sam Isaac with his band. We were on the same tour bus for 5 or 6 days. It was well fun.
Nice.
Living in the lap of luxury with Riz, who went on to be quite famous.
Yeah, he's done all right. Yeah. Tommy Francis.
2007, Tommy says. Yeah.
2007. Yeah. TV show I'd recommend. I can't remember when this came out. I think it was after we did the last social show. But Ted Lasso on Apple TV.
Oh, okay. I've been hearing a lot about that.
Yeah, really.
I watched it on your recommendation when we watched the NFL.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's really good. I mean, it's starring and written by, in part, Brett Goldsmith, who's great, who does the really good podcast Films to Be Buried With. That's worth checking out if you haven't listened to that already. Really good. It's about a Premier League football team, but it's not really about a Premier League football team. I'm not a massive football fan, but I still really enjoyed the TV show. So I can't recommend that enough. What else? Podcast. Bunny Michael's podcast. It's a very spiritual. She talks a lot about sort of yourself and your higher self, like your inner monologue, your conscience, that sort of stuff, which I've found really useful over the last few months. So, I'd recommend that. Give that a go.
Lovely. Wicked, mate.
Andy.
Wrong way. Here, you got it. Nearly got it. I don't know, really. Aside from all the horror films I watched over October, I was thinking about this next month having a Guy Fawkes film fest, but there really aren't that many, so it'd just be me watching V for Vendetta for 31 days, so don't really want to do that. So what have I been checking out? Nick will roll his eyes because we had this discussion last night in the pub, but I rewatched The Haunting of Hill House in prep for The Haunting of Bly Manor on Netflix, so I've not watched that yet. I watched it with my girlfriend. There you go, Tom. Tom messaged me and said, "Talk about Laurie, coward." So watched that with her. She'd never seen it before, and she screamed at one point, and I was concerned my neighbours were going to come round because they saw a girl coming in the house with me and then scream.
And we know what happened last time.
Anyway,
and you always seem like such a quiet man.
Moving on. Yeah, they always do, don't they? So but yeah, The Mandalorian's just come back with the first episode of season 2, which is brilliant. Totally restored my faith in Star Wars because anyone who knows me knows I got very passionate about the Disney sequel trilogy, and I won't talk about it. So anyway, doesn't matter. That's really sad because I'm a 34-year-old man. I shouldn't care about that stuff. But anyway, The Mandalorian, though, first episode of season 2 is really, really good. I also watched Fahrenheit 11/9, which I hadn't seen, is on Netflix, which is Michael Moore's film about Donald Trump winning the election in 2016.
Yeah.
Really interesting. And it did a whole bit about the Flint, Michigan water scandal, which again, because we're over here, well, maybe people over here knew about it, but I didn't really know the details of it. I just always hear this, Flint water, Flint, Michigan, Flint, just kind of batted around on certain things I check out. And actually delving into it, and the documentary goes into it quite a lot. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, Fahrenheit 11/9, which is on Netflix. And then other than that, I rewatched. No. So he did Fahrenheit 9/11. This is called 11/9. It's not a sequel, but it's just he redid the title.
Okay, cool.
So yeah. It's not me saying it wrong. It's like, you're like, you mean Fahrenheit 9/11? No, yeah, I saw it at first and thought, oh, and then I realised it was a different thing. But yeah, it's all about Donald Trump winning the election.
It's the same film, but just backwards.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Imagine
Memento. Gives the ending away straight away.
Yeah, spoiler alert, he wins.
Like Memento, but shit.
Yeah, like Memento, but in the right way around. And then I rewatched, actually because of Josh, put a thing up the other day, it reminded me of that. I rewatched Nathan Barley, the whole series. So if anyone's never watched that, go on 4OD, it's completely free, and watch the 6 episodes of Nathan Barley, because it's really, really brilliant. I forgot how good it was. Really forgot how good it was. And then podcast-wise, being a massive Seattle Seahawks fan, I'm really happy the NFL is back. So I've started listening to Russell Wilson's podcast, who is the Seattle Seahawks quarterback. I'll be honest, if you're not an NFL fan or a Seattle Seahawks fan, it won't really matter to you. But Russell Wilson is a very inspiring person. So even if you aren't into it, you should check him out, because he's a great guy. Good chap. And yeah, that's it really, podcast wise. So yeah, that's kind of it from me. Nick?
Cool. Yeah, so I had Apple TV for free for a year with an iPad that I bought, and I thought it was running out in November, so I just watched tons of stuff off Apple TV. But then it got extended to February, so I've still got loads of time. But I watched Ted Lasso as well, which is really good. So you don't have to be a football fan to enjoy it. I think it's pretty funny and really heartfelt and a very enjoyable watch. Jason Sudeikis is very good in it. I think I like pretty much everything he's in, to be honest. Jason Sudeikis is good. So that's really good. The Mythic Quest thing from the guys who did It's Always Sunny, that's really good.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, I watched I don't know, 2 or 3 episodes, but I couldn't get into it. You've seen it all, have you?
Yeah, I finished it. Well, no, actually I've got there's a quarantine episode they did at the end, so I'm about halfway through that, but I really liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's really, really good. It's not like hilarious, but it's very fun and enjoyable to watch. I think it's good. It was what I needed at that time. And then I watched The Long Way Up, which is the new Ewan McGregor, Charlie Borman motorcycle trip thing, where they ride from the bottom of South America to Los Angeles on electric bikes. That's pretty interesting. That's weekly as well, so you have to wait till the Friday to watch it. But it's good. Yeah, I don't think it's as good as the first 2, but it's pretty interesting still. And the fact they're doing it on electric bikes makes it more interesting as well. They've got a lot of hurdles to get over to ride these bikes from that long distance, so that makes it interesting. What else have I got? Not really much. I mean, podcast wise, I'm pretty boring. I listen to a lot of sport ones, so the Sunday Supplement or the Football Daily BBC, and then the Formula One Beyond the Grid, and they're all great, but you have to be into Formula One or
Formula
football.
One. Oh god.
God.
Yeah.
Go on, Andy.
No, I was going to say, I had this discussion with Nick, how I was saying that I don't know how anyone can be excited about Formula One, and I said it should be 3 laps like Mario Kart, not 64. That's just mental. So it should be 3 laps. That's it.
They should be able to fire shells at each other.
Yeah, make it way more interesting.
Banana skins and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that would make it more interesting. Oil
It
slicks
would.
in the middle of the
Yeah.
track.
Yeah.
A lightning bolt that turns you really tiny.
Yeah. That'd be
What are
good.
you going to say, Josh? Sorry, I cut off you, bro.
I can't remember now, but
You were going to defend me by saying that Formula One's great too.
and I was going to say I did list. I was watching. I've always been a Formula One fan. However, I haven't watched. I've basically not watched any sport for about 6 months. So I used to watch every UFC, every Formula One and stuff, and then listen to podcasts and stuff around it. But for whatever reason, I've just not paid attention for a while. But as soon as I get back into it, I'm sure I will. I listened to a few Beyond the Grids, and they were interesting because they were in-depth conversations with people, sports people that you don't normally get to see much of their personality.
Yeah, and it's a lot of former race drivers that haven't got their arms behind their back anymore. They can say what they really thought about what was going on at the time, so they can slag each other off and stuff. And that's pretty fun.
Yeah,
it's a very competitive sport, so it's pretty funny.
I like the Senna documentary, if that's any consolation.
It's a very, very good documentary. Incredibly.
Recommend that. Even if you're not into Formula One like me, it's a really good documentary, Senna.
It is very good.
Yeah, really, really good.
It's about the same guy who did the Amy Winehouse one as well.
Yeah. And then something else recently.
Steven Gerrard.
Not the Whitney Houston one.
Oh, I watched one on Whitney Houston that was on I think it's on Netflix, and it's fucking rubbish.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a really bad. It's like proper Hallmark or like Lifetime thing.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not very good at all.
Fair.
I love Whitney Houston, but documentary rubbish.
Okay, maybe it's a different one. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think we've been going for like nearly an hour, so I reckon that's probably a good place to nip it.
I'd like to say I didn't give any music recommendations. No, neither did any of you guys.
I've got a couple. Yeah. Sorry, good shout.
That's all right. I've got one shared to be by my good friend Ross Sharp. I've known him for about 30 years. It's Knife Party, Deftones Knife Party, but it's the Purity Ring remix. Now, Purity Ring is a really good, I think it's a 2-piece band, sort of electronica sort of stuff. But this remix is amazing. And Ross tells me that there's apparently a Deftones remix album coming out as well.
There is, yeah.
Okay, well there you go. So that is exciting. So I'll recommend that song, and I don't know when the album. Do you know when the album's coming out, Nick?
I don't know. No idea.
Well, hopefully it's very soon. But yeah,
Do you text Chino and ask, please?
Yeah.
Right.
Hang on, it's gonna be fine.
Let me just get it out. Recommendations I have are there is a band I really like who seem to disappear off the face of the earth, and then last week they deleted everything off their Instagram and just were like, we've recorded a new album, surprise. Who are called Sea Haven. So they have a new album coming out, which is Halo of Her, I think it's going to be called, but they've released 3 songs so far. The first single is called Moon, really, really good. So I'm very excited about that coming out. Yeah, so I'm very happy. So yeah, Sea Haven, check them out.
Sweet.
Klaus?
I'll keep mine short and sweet. Me and Andy have been listening to the Staves a lot recently, and they've released a new single called Good Woman, which is really, really good. But there's also a live version they do on their YouTube. So I think it's like the promo video for the song, but it's a live performance. It's awesome. Really, really good harmonies. And then I went back to the Gang of Youths album, which I really, really love. It's pure Springsteen vibes.
Is that the Go Further in Lightness one? That one? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really, really good. Yeah,
that's great.
Very good.
I would like to interrupt. I've been listening to loads of Burn the Fleet, which is Andy's old band. Really fucking good. Listening to the album over and over again. Yeah, really, really love it. And every time I put on a Spotify mix that's loosely related to that genre, it pops up, and it's always a pleasant surprise. So check out Burn the Fleet if anyone hasn't yet.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. Make sure you check the right one out because a band took our name after we finished, and I get people saying, "Oh, I listened to it, but I didn't realize we were that heavy." And I'm like, "You listened to the wrong one." So yeah, our album's called The Modern Shape. And
the last time I looked on Spotify, they're separated. So
they're separated now. Okay, yeah, because the other one, their album was called Illuminating Depravity, which is a wicked name, I must admit. But it's really bad that Tom is watching this, my best mate Tom, because he will be screwing right now because he always has this thing about, because my old band, Burn the Fleet, was based in Southampton, and whenever we go back to Southampton, there might be the odd occasion I get spotted and someone's like, "Where Burn the Fleet?" or whatever, and he hates it, and it's this big joke in the group of friends. So the fact you brought that up, Josh, is not good for me. He'll be screwing right now. But I'll get him back. If you want to check out a good hardcore band, Tom's band were called Kerouac. And they're really good, basically. They were like one of the best if you want something fast and heavy to listen to, Kerouac. Yeah,
I can attest to that, having Andy's directed me in the direction of them, and I like it too. It's really, really good.
Very, very good. As Tom has pointed out, the people who spot me and say, "Wait, Burn the Fleet," always smell of Monster energy drink. So there you go. that should point that out for you. But yeah, so there's a recommendation for you. Check out Kerouac. I'm not sure what is still around online, but you'll find it. It's all good stuff. If you type in Kerouac UK swell, you should find them.
Just give everyone his email address, Andy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it. So yeah, if anyone wants to be on the show, just drop us a DM. We're on Instagram. Hit us up, and we'll put you on, basically. So yeah. If you got a suggestion, also DM us, let us know. We'll be back same time next week. Oh yeah, sorry. Tom just reminded me of something. Sorry. If you want to check out Kerouac, do it through Bandcamp, because the label they were signed to, it came out that the owner was a fiend, let's just say, and he got his just desserts by being Me Too. So yeah. Check it out. Don't stream it on Spotify because the money goes to the former label. So if you do it, check out Kerouac on Bandcamp. Okay, just to state that.
Good to know.
But yeah, if you want to be part of the show, drop us a DM. Anything really. Hit us up. We'll be back same time next week.
Yeah.
Beers in here and all that good stuff. So yeah, thanks very much for everyone rejoining us. Welcome back. But the good news is it won't be as long as last time.
Yeah.
It'll just be 4 episodes. So get them while they're hot, basically. Get them while they're hot, guys. All right.
Cool. We're ready to skedaddle.
Yeah, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, really. That's the only place, isn't it? And then obviously like and subscribe on YouTube. That goes without saying. But yeah, just look for the NN Social.
Smash that like button.
Yeah, man.
Like, share, subscribe. Also, remember, guys, check out ExpressVPN for all of your VPN needs. Ever fancied watching Netflix in Spain or America? Then ExpressVPN is what you need. They are offering a 30-day free trial, money back guaranteed. It's not a free trial. Or use our code, insert code here, to get 3 months free.
There you go.
Yeah, I Googled ExpressVPN advert script.
Well, as long as you're spending your time live on air wisely.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
right then.
Okay. Love you all.
Bye. Love you guys.
Bye.